recovered from an injury as well. Kent State in their throwback white uniform tops taking on Ohio, who are wearing kind of a gray-green top today as we are underway here at Kent. Again, Ohio won the last matchup. In fact, they've won the last 3. All right, Coach, right out of the gate, what are you looking for?
Well, right now, Kent State plays man-to-man, which they play most of the time. They hang their hat, Alex, as you know, on defense. When I coach, my players thought defense was a town in South America, so we didn't always defend, but Kent State does.
Pavletsky kicks it out to A.J. Brown, who buries the 3. This is a Ohio team that shoots the ball well from downtown at 35%.
Terrific three-point shooting team. They average 80 points a game, Alex. That's amazing.
Third best team in the MAC when it comes to shooting the ball from downtown. Here's Kent on offense. This is Sullinger. Working outside, looking to get it into the post to Gillespie. Working down, here comes the double. Finds some room there, lost the handle as he went up with it. A.J. Clayton comes up with a rebound.
Little contact, but play on.
Quickly into transition to Pavletsky. Transfer from Iowa State. Started his career at Wofford. Now up top, three-point attempt is good. A.J. Clayton buries one from the outside, and quickly it's 6-0 Bobcats.
Clayton, terrific three-point shooter. Recently, he was 0 for 7 from downtown, so he's streaky. He gets going, he's trouble.
Kent State winners of 3 in a row. It's a team that's really struggled offensively this season, known for being a dynamite defensive team. And Sullinger answers back with a 3 of his own. 34% from the outside this season for Sullinger.
That's his strength from downtown.
Now he shoots it at 40% from the outside here at home. Now in the corner, shot taken, in and out. And gathered by the Flashes. Kent State 8-4 at home this season, 16-8 overall. Working down Gillespie on Clayton. Double does not come, kicks it out. This is Sullinger, wearing number 13. Sullinger tosses it up, off the mark. And the rebound grabbed by Ohio, and they like to run. One of the best fast break teams in the country, taking it up. Nice little scoop shot there from Shereef Mitchell.
The defense gets their offense going. Ohio, Bruce Springsteen would love these guys. Born to run.
Mitchell, a lot of veteran presence. He brings this Ohio team, played at Creighton. Played on a team that went to the Elite 8. Shot missed from the outside from Bekelja. 8-3 lead here for the Bobcats. Here's Mitchell. Launches from the outside. Another triple here for the Bobcats. That's their 3rd made 3 already here in this first half.
Mitchell shoots 38% from downtown. Loves the downtown shots.
Working in. This is Von Cameron Davis. He's a physical presence down there. Offensive rebound off the mark. And kick it back out. Now Davis will line up for the 3. Got it. Von Cameron Davis from downtown. He's a 34% three-point shooter. They really love his inside-outside presence, and he did it just there. Went inside, didn't work, goes outside, coach, and got it to go.
No question, do both. He's a leading scorer right now for Kent State. 15 a game.
As a preseason all-MAC first-team selection, you have to bet he's going to be in the mix to be a first-team selection come the end of the year the way he's been playing. Pavletsky launches, got that one to go from inside three-point range, rattled that one in. You know, Pavletsky, we were talking to him at shoot-around today, Coach, and he even kind of was thinking about how poor his three-point shooting has been. It's been on his mind because he's used to being right around 35, 38%.
Exactly. He's shooting now like 29%, a little less, so he's got good form. He's got to get going again. Yeah,
you were real complimentary of his form throughout shoot-around today.
Yeah, I was impressed with him. We talked to him. They said he was quiet before he got, to school, here at Ohio U.
Ball lost out of bounds. We got this one. He's 7th in career touchdown receptions. Considered one of the best tight ends. And of course, an undrafted free agent going into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Antonio Gates.
Congratulations. Unbelievable. Stan Heath was a coach at Kent State at the time when they got to the Elite 8.
Yeah.
Great story, Alex.
Certainly proud of him here in Kent, Ohio. The Detroit, Michigan native.
How about Ohio U right now? 5 for 6. They can't keep this up, can they?
And they've got 4 assists on those 5 made field goals. How about another make there?
6 for 7.
Well, we knew coming in, Coach, this Ohio team was dynamite offensively.
Yeah, 80 points a game, as you mentioned. Third in the Mid-American. There we go, finish.
Nice pass inside. It's Jamal Sumlin with the lay-in.
They double-teamed the ball. They left Sumlin alone.
Kent State, known for their defense right now, but right now, Coach, 6 of 7 from the field. They've got to find a way to turn them away a little bit.
Yep.
Nice flash. Oh, what a pass over to the corner. Shot taken. Paveleski hits from downtown.
You mentioned before, we spoke to him this afternoon at the shooter. A very impressive young man. The coaches said he didn't talk much when he got there, so they got a good speech program, I think, here at Ohio U.
Paveleski was telling us that he does not listen to music before the games. It's a rarity in college basketball.
I tried to suggest some Lawrence music, but he didn't know who that was.
I think it's because he just didn't have an 8-track player, Coach.
I told Billy Joel and Bruce Springsteen, he still didn't connect with me, so I got to be quiet when it comes to music.
Another drive, another score. That was Shereef Mitchell. And we got an injured player on the floor. Looks like it's Von Cameron Davis on the floor here for Kent State. And they cannot handle losing him.
No, leading scorer, Golden Flashes.
He scored 20 or more in 5 of the 11 MAC games this season, and he's right now on the baseline. We'll see what happened here. We'll take another look, Coach.
Yep. Couldn't tell for sure. Might have come down at somebody's ankle. Couldn't tell for sure. Here we go. Got a great camera crew. Ooh.
Well, he's back up and headed over to the Kent State bench.
Hopefully he's okay.
A senior from Columbus, Ohio. You know, he's a player that he actually spent a week in the transfer portal after last season, Coach. And he said to the Akron Beacon Journal that, you know, with some of the players they had coming back, you know, he decided to come back here to Kent State. Says, I think we have a team that's got a lot of experience, which, of course, you know is rare in the mid-major ranks in college basketball right now. He says, I think we can make a run to the Sweet 16. I think we're that good.
That's great. No, my wife put me in a transfer portal, too, but nobody picked me up, Alex, so I'm back with her. But you're right. It's rare to keep the team together, right? It's because, and you can't blame a young man if they get a chance to get good NIL money. Nice pass inside.
Pass from Barnett into Gillespie. Flashes. With some nice flashes on offense here the last couple possessions.
Yep.
As Searles gets tangled up there and a foul is called. Let's take a look at the Ohio head coach, Jeff Bowles. Has not had a losing season since coming over from Stony Brook. Had a great run there. He's one of those Thad Matta disciples that you see a lot around here, the MAC. 6th season Ohio head coach. Of course, they went to the NCAA tournament back in 2021. Jason Preston running the show there.
Yep. They beat Virginia, as you know. It's a great win for Jeff Bowles. Defending national champs.
Here's the kick out. Mitchell launches from long range. Got it. Shereef Mitchell from downtown. He's been busy so far this first half. Mitchell with that 3. He's now a perfect 4 for 4 from the field. He's got 10 already in double figures.
Yep.
So we're at 7 minutes gone by first half.
It's 38% from downtown. Knocking him down for sure.
This is Medley. See on Medley, the sophomore.
Yep, I really like him. Doesn't score a lot, but he's a terrific point guard.
Originally at St. Louis, but left that school after Travis Ford decided to leave. As we're going to jump ball here. As we look over on the Kent State bench, that's Rob Senderhoff. Look at that tenure, Coach. 14th season as the Kent State head coach, 280 wins. Of course, he's had a trip to the NCAA tournament recently, was the 2022 MAC Coach of the Year.
Tremendous coach. Never had a losing season. That's awesome. 14 years. He's done a great, great job.
And what a year he had last year. They did not have the best run of it. They were 17-17. They were 8th. The 8th seed going to Cleveland and made it all the way to the title game. Nearly won the championship. And a miscue at the end. Got that win over to Akron as we had a 3-point attempt from Medley. That one off the mark. Physicality inside. Growing to grab it. Gillespie with some nice hustle as the ball kind of landed right in front of him, then goes up with it, draws the foul. He's headed to the line.
Rob Senderhoff, he's got some people that really helped him. Kelvin Sampson is one of his mentors that really helped him a lot. Jimmy Christian is another guy. Gino Ford helped him, but Rob Senderhoff is a fabulous coach, as is Jeff Bowles. So we got two of the top coaches, I think, in the Midwest right here this evening.
Well, you said it coming in, Coach. You and I, always jump on the phone together when we see we're about to work together. And we were talking about how deep the coaching is in this league. There's the tournament. There's the resume here for Senderhoff. Of course, 280 career wins. It's the most in school history. A couple of NCAA tournament appearances. Yeah. But here's the thing: he's never had a losing season.
That's unbelievable. 14 years. It's not like they get All-Americans, every year to come into the school. So. Two terrific coaches here this evening.
There's something about the culture here at Kent State that Rob Senderhoff has. That has players coming back. He had a couple players go in the transfer portal. In fact, had a player transfer in Jalen Sullinger and then come back as a walk-on as we get a three-point attempt by Elmore James, the redshirt sophomore from Orlando.
Ohio U's on fire from downtown. He said...
There's a deflection there from Pavletsky. No! They say last touch, and it's going to go back to Ohio with 11:41 to play here in this first half. Ohio off to a nice start offensively. They've only missed one shot. They're 10 of 11 from the field. And, of course, points per game. They've dropped to about third because Akron has been blowing teams out. But you take a look at what Shereef Mitchell is doing right now, already with 10 points. Been a takeaway here in transition, and there's a drive and a score. Medley again with a bucket.
That's Kent State basketball. The defense gets their offense going. Steal by Davis, nice finish for the Golden Flashes.
It's Elijah Elliott with the basketball here for the Bobcats.
Talented freshman.
This is James launching from three. That one is short. Just under 11 to play, first half. Ohio continues the torrid pace, but that miss just ended a streak of 8 straight consecutive field goals. And there's a miss from Shereef, or pardon me, from Jamal Sumlin.
Yeah. Reps are letting a lot go.
And that was something that both coaches talked about in shoot-around, is how this game is going to be officiated will affect how it plays, because Kent State very physical.
Exactly. I think it helps the Golden Flashes, a little more physical than Ohio.
But as of, what a play. Oh, and he knocked it down. Pavletsky got absolutely barreled right there, goes to the deck, and ends up knocking down the shot.
Terrific shooter. Nice extra pass from way downtown. Bang. Got blocked out a little bit. Here we go. We got a great camera crew. We flew him in from San Antonio, from Queens, all over. Pavletsky, bottom. Possible 4-point play.
Fortunately, we didn't really get a great look as Medley is the one that committed the foul here. Is Pavletsky.
You mentioned before, Alex, we spoke to him at the shooter room. A very impressive young man, right? Relaxed and confident. Doing a terrific job.
The lead is 11. Looking to respond with a three. Offensive rebound. Something Kent State hoping to take advantage of being a better rebounding team. Oh, what a shot from nearly behind the basket. Medley again with a nice little floater there.
Tough shot for Medley. Mainly defense and running the team. Points he gives them really helps.
Medley now with 6 points. The lead is 9. There's another miss from Ohio, so they're starting to cool off a bit after their really hot start of going 10 of 11. Follow-away jumper there. Oh, wow! Medley goes down to the deck and still knocks it down. And the Flashes have pulled to within 7.
This game's in the pace of Ohio. They like the up-tempo game. And here come the Golden Flashes.
Clayton in the high post. Here comes the double. Clayton running out of real estate quickly, and there's the steal. Sumlin in transition. Ohio getting back. Sumlin running out of room. Kick out, and there's another steal attempt. Davis able to get it back, and now Kent State will reset. Oh, Medley, heat check, rattle it home. See it, Medley from downtown. Timeout, Bobcats.
Plays mismatch. Clayton trying to guard it. Nope, not in my watch. Bang. Sion Medley, right now it's his world, but he's passing through it, Alex.
Medley averaging just under 6.5 per game as Mitchell comes up with a bucket, and Mitchell's had himself a nice start to this game for Ohio. He's got 12 now after that layup, but it's been Medley and Mitchell. Toss it in, score the basket and the foul. How about a little flex for Delreco Gillespie?
That was Medley again. He beat his man. Two guys come on. Medley, boom, nice bounce pass. Possible three-point play for the Golden Flashes.
Rico Gillespie played in just 11 games last season before suffering a season-ending injury. This year, averaging 6.5 per game. But where he's really getting it done is rebounding the basketball at just under 7. And look at that. That's some hustle right there.
Yeah, both teams. Rob Sanderhoff did a great job with his team. 14 years. Never a losing record. You mentioned 17-17 last year. He's done a tremendous job. He's had great mentors. We mentioned before, Kelvin Sampson, one of the best coaches in the country. Jimmy Christian's at Canisius now. Gino Ford is another very fine coach.
Kent State has cut this to a 4-point game. Ohio looking to respond here. They're still shooting at 80% from the field. And looks like we're going to get a foul on the baseline here. Called against Kent. It's going to be against Sumlin. That's 3 team fouls now on the Golden Flashes.
They said that Kent State fouls more than any team in the MAC, but right now they're not as physical as usual.
Either that or the refs just don't think so right now.
No. They don't call it. It's not a foul.
We're under the 8-minute mark now. We'll get a break at the next whistle. We're going to do another tie up here. And we got a 3-way tie up here. Kent State trimming it all the way down to 4 after being down double digits. They're at 58% right now.
Yeah, big key to me, Alex, is the turnovers recently from Ohio. Last few possessions had 4 turnovers in the last 8 possessions. Here we see a little zone press by Ohio. 1-2-2, 3/4 court. They're doing this to try to get some deflections, burn some clock, and have their defense get their offense going even more.
Here's what the Flashes have been doing recently. They started 1 of 5 from the field. Since then, they are 10 of 14.
Yep. Back to the zone. 2-3 zone.
Into the post that time. A miss, but it comes back out to Von Cameron Davis. Thought about the 3, didn't take it. Has a mismatch with Pavlevsky on him. Kick it out. Sullinger for 3. Got it.
Oh.
Jalen Sullinger from downtown. That's his 2nd from out there.
They can really score. Got a heck of a game. 31-30 in favor of Ohio.
Again, Sullinger shoots it at 40% from downtown here at home. Just 29% away from this building. Kick out. Over to the corner. Pavlevsky around the screen. Stops up at the top. This is Clayton. Back out. Elliott for 3. That one just off the mark to the left. Sullinger gets the tap out for the long rebound. We've got a 12-2 Kent State run. Kick out to the corner. Another 3 from the outside. The first lead of the game for the Flashes.
Right now they're motivated. The defense is improving. Their offense, they're carving up Ohio U like a porterhouse steak.
And how about this game from Sion Medley? Medley with 14 points on 6 of 7 shooting here in the first half, including 2 from downtown.
Yeah, he's mainly just a facilitator. I know what the word means, but our producers didn't use some big words. But he usually just passes the ball. Now he's scoring.
He's become a points guard, coach. A points guard.
I love points guards. Guys that can score.
Shot clock violation. There's the defense from Kent State we were talking about.
Kent State's on a roll. Yep. Sullinger, terrific player. Kick it out, way downtown. The lefty, way downtown. Boom. Medley's doing it. Passer, but he also can score. You don't play it? All right, bang, take that. Easy money for Medley. He's on a roll.
Medley with one off of his season high, which he had 15 against Portland earlier this season. Talked about his assist game, right at 4 per contest, which is 4th in the MAC. But he's getting it done, going from point guard to points guard, like Coach likes to say.
Yeah, playing great. Now, Ohio's back to man-to-man.
I don't have to pay a royalty for that, Coach, do I? Stealing your lines?
No,
like
it's all right.
Okay.
I steal a lot of things. I pilfer everything. It's a jungle out there, Alex.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. We're in an NIL world, Coach. I didn't know if I had to pay you your fair share on that one.
I have no money, no friends, no clothes. I don't need any more.
Here's Davis off of the inbound. Oh, what a physical play inside. Still able to muscle it up. And grab an offensive rebound.
These are two of the top teams in the MAC, as you know. Ohio U's #1 right now, but these guys are a threat to win the tournament.
Sumlin inside. Comes up empty. Here comes Ohio on the break. Look at that head of steam. Wow, Elmore James running the floor like a gazelle and able to grab the layup.
Flying.
To tie the game at 33.
That's what Ohio loves to do. Push it on the break. Tremendous fast breaking team. Before, Alex, terrific scoring team.
Just under 16 per game in terms of fast break points, which is good for that 8th in the country, of course, leading the MAC. And a miss pass to Hornbeak. Here comes Ohio in transition again. This is James. Kent State gets back defensively and another whistle. Take a look at the last 4 meetings between these two teams. Of course, last 3 games versus Kent, Ohio has been victorious. Kent State usually dominating this rivalry here in this building, but they did win here last year.
Two different styles, both very good teams, but Ohio wins with offense. Kent State usually wins with their physical, aggressive man-to-man D and good rebounding.
Ohio is 6-6 against Kent State under Jeff Bowles. Ohio all-time 158.
Rob Senderhoff done a great job here, 14 years. Terrific coach.
But Kent State 8-1 in the last 9 matchups in this building. They just lost last year. Otherwise, I'd be 9 in a row as James launches a 3. That one too strong. But Searles comes in for the offensive rebound. Pawliczki. Quick pass here to Searles. Here comes the double. A little tie up here. And we get another jump ball. Possessions arrow is going to keep it on the Ohio end of the floor.
They got to communicate Ohio better. If somebody looked at double, you got to yell double. Then you got to pick the ball up and look around, try to get rid of it. Somebody's going to be open, obviously.
Drive inside, and a miss there from Elliott. Knotted up at 33, and this is what you get here in the MAC. It doesn't matter teams' records. You're going to get these tight matchups. This is a 2-point game the last time these two teams squared off over in Athens. On Cameron Davis. Oh, that one looked pretty good, leaving his hand. Rattled around, just could not drop. Searles inside, nice move. Saw the pressure coming, went for the up and under, got it to go.
Nice pick and roll. Nobody played the roll guy. 2 guys stayed with the ball. Good execution by Ohio. Played
at Division II Ashland prior to coming here to Ohio. Sullinger ran out of room on the baseline. Got it back up to the top. Into the hands of Sumlin. Sumlin inside, kick it out. Davis, jab step, throw it out. 3, got it. Von Cameron Davis, his second 3. He's got 8 points. And what a wild first half offensively.
No question, look at this.
Answering back. It's just raining threes here in Kent. A.J. Brown from downtown.
It's a 4-point shot, Alex. Forget about it. Forget defense. Got a shot clock. Points. Forget defense.
Sumlin, pass inside, we get a foul. And Gillespie's headed to the strike.
Yep. Got a great game here. Nice pass, roll, Searles with the finish, up and under. Use the rim as a protector. Davis, you see I can't shoot from the outside, we'll take that. Shot fake, defense, bang, easy money for Davis. He's on a roll. Love to watch him.
Baby, we are gonna start a fire.
From world-renowned clubs
Simply devastating.
to worldwide stars,
Wrexham have done it. This incredible ride continues.
the English football
Inside, put it on a deck and drive to the hoop. So very talented young man.
He's currently 4th in the conference in field goal percentage at just over 47%. And of course, leads the conference in blocks per game as well. 12th in the MAC in rebounding. Gives you that inside-outside presence as Gillespie hits from the free throw line. Elijah Elliott committed the foul that sent him there for his first foul. But a hot shooting first half for both of these teams. Ohio has cooled off after a absolutely blistering pace to start off, making 10 of their first 11 shots. They're now 15 of 21. That's still good for 71% and 58% from 3 on 7 makes. As James works it inside, a little floater, comes up empty that time. And on the other hand, Kent State started off slow, and they pushed their shooting percentage up to just under 54%.
They're taking great care of the ball, Alex. It's a big part of their success. Ooh.
Inside. Sumlin. Just making a pay down there.
Yeah, he just muscled Pavletsky. He's not real big and physical. Very good player, but took advantage of him.
Nice backdoor cut there, but closed up immediately as Elliott ran out of room. Oh, look at that play as Pavletsky comes as the cutter on the opposite side, and a great feat for him and a great finish.
Yep. He paid back, made up for that defensive miscue with a hoop.
They're tied at 40. 2:21 to play, first half. The lone game of the MAC schedule tonight. Davis saw the double coming, went for the little floater on the baseline. Comes up empty that time. Ohio looking to untie it here on this Valentine's Day. Pavletsky dishes it off. This is James now, baseline. Good ball movement, three-pointer in the corner. That one is missed by A.J. Brown. Here come the flashes in transition. Taking it to the rim, off the window and in. Jamal Sumlin. His third field goal, he's got 6.
Who needs a shot clock, Alex? Forget about it.
Bit of a journeyman as well. Sumlin, as we get a foul called. It's going to be on Sumlin.
Nice crossover move. Too quick for Searles. Nice finish. When you go into the glass, use the glass. Nice finish.
Sumlin originally went to UTEP out of high school. Let's take a look at your keys here, Coach.
Ohio, push the tempo. They're doing that. Knock down threes are doing that. For Kent State, own the glass. Doing a pretty good job on the boards and points in the paint. So both teams are doing what they want to do. Right now, team with the basketball last wins.
Nice pass inside. Searles couldn't finish that time. Pavletsky threading the needle there.
Terrific passer. It's a great job with assists.
Sullinger keeping the dribble like Curly Neal after taking a hit. And Sullinger misses. Sullinger drawing the foul. He's going to the line here, trying to increase this Kent State lead. Again, Ohio once had an 11-point lead in this one. It's about midway through the first half, 29-18. Sullinger at the free throw line connects there. He is an 82% free throw shooter. Sullinger knocks them both down. Pavletsky. Clayton. Pavletsky, nice little crossover there, but a mismatch. We got a kick out over to the corner. Three-point attempt off the mark. And the rebound grab by Kent State. We've got about a 4-second differential between the shot and the game clock.
Yep.
Under 30 seconds to go here in Kent, Ohio in the first half. Flashes out to a 4-point lead on Ohio. They lost by 2 in the last matchup. Ohio's won the last 3 in the series.
Kent State last game they had 91 points, Alex. So right now,
Sullinger with a Steph Curry-esque three comes up empty with an air ball. That ball knocked out of bounds. But Barnett and Davis trying to save it there, trying to tap it back into play, and it'll go out of bounds back to the Bobcats with 6 7/10 seconds remaining. We'll see what Ohio can do here with just under 7 to play in the half, trailing by 4.
They're going to high pick and roll with Clayton.
Pavletsky trying to create some room. 1 second. Can he get it off? No, he's not going to get it off in time. Red lights are on before Pavletsky can put it in the air. Ohio, you and I had kind of talked about, well, if Ohio gets off to a fast start, which is what they did, it was going to be hard-pressed time for Kent State to find their way back, but that's exactly what happened. They found their way back.
They were great. No, they took care of the ball really well, and they, attacked the basket. Ohio U's not a great defensive team, a tremendous offensive team. So, you got a terrific game in the second half on CBS Sports Network.
Sion Medley, this time gets tangled up, driving to the basket, and ball still loose on the floor. Who's going to have possession of it? We're going to get a jump ball. Jeff Bowles kind of arguing something over on the sideline, saying what happened there. But the possession arrow is going to give it to the Bobcats here. We'll see Ohio's first possession here in the second half. All right, Coach, we know your keys, but when it comes to second half adjustments, that's your bread and butter. What do you want to see from both these teams to get a win?
Well, I like to see Ohio run some pick and rolls with Pavletsky and A.J. Clayton, 2 real good scorers. And for Kent State, I like to see him drive the ball a little bit more.
A jumper from inside the circle coming up empty there on that shot from A.J. Brown. Both these teams with miscues on their first possession of the second half. Sullinger here to Kelja, defensive stalwart from this Kent State team. I haven't called his name much. Von Cameron Davis spins and misses on the baseline. Finally gets the offensive rebound, but it's knocked out of his hands. And here comes Ohio in transition. Very good fast break team. One of the best in the country, at least. And then we get a whistle, and we're going to get a foul here as Elliott drives it in. And the foul is going to be against Kent for a block. And the fans here at Kent thought it was an offensive foul.
I thought it was a block. That's the hardest call in the game, the block charge. Yep.
Well, there's an extension.
Moving. I thought it was, you might disagree, Alex, but I thought it was a block. He's moving. You can't move your feet. Medley's good play. Watch, his feet are moving still. He's not planted.
I just think the extension of the elbow was my thought there. But you're right, Coach. The collision came first.
No,
so the block was either play. Yep. A.J.
One
Clayton.
man's garbage is another man's gold. So
sure.
Who knows?
It's all about interpretation, right, Coach?
Interpretation. It's a tough call.
Clayton gets the first bucket of the second half.
He's got to get going for Ohio.
Yeah, he's only got 5.
Yeah. Leading scorer coming into the game for the Bobcats.
11th leading scorer in the entire conference. He had once led the conference in scoring as McKelja launches from long range. And it comes up empty.
McKelja hasn't touched the ball, so when you haven't touched the ball in a long time, it's tough to get your offensive rhythm. Certainly
defense going to be much more important in the second half after that high-flying first half from both of these teams.
That was amazing. 44-40. It's an electrifying first half for both teams.
Medley able to draw some contact there. Foul's going to be against A.J. Brown.
Both teams shot 50% or higher, as you know, Alex, in the first half.
So as Brown gets called for the personal, Kent State still looking for their first points of this second half. As we're just under 2 minutes gone by.
I think Davis can go by Clayton. He's too quick for him.
Davis is going to go ahead and pull up from 18. Comes up empty on that shot. Pavletsky, kick it out. Clayton from downtown. It's short. Just like it's cooled down outside, it's cooled down inside as well.
Yep.
Sullinger. He's going to pull up from the parking lot there for a second.
Yep.
Work it inside, little jump hook, sat on the rim, didn't fall. Offensive rebound, Gillespie. It's taken away. Here comes Ohio on the break. Paveletzky out to the corner. Brown for three, got it. A.J. Brown. What can Brown do for you?
Yeah, no, he's terrific. He got his feet set. He was balanced. That's Ohio basketball. Push it on the break, get a quick shot.
It was a 19th ranked shooting guard in the country out of high school, A.J. Brown. Been averaging 16 a game over the last 9. As we got a foul inside.
Here comes the Bobcats. They push their break. Paveletzky throws it to the corner. Feet set, balanced. Splash. Easy money. Easy money for A.J. Brown. Terrific shooter.
And the managers at the end of the bench, sure, they love that.
Yep.
A.J. Brown, see what he's done this season. Again, averaged 11 per game over the first 15. But 16 per game over the last 9. As Sullinger connects from the foul line, ties the game back up at 45.
How good is the MAC tournament going to be in Cleveland? I mean, tremendous, right?
One of the things we've been talking about in covering the MAC this year, Coach, is just, you know, the superstars of the conference, the Enrique Freemans of the world, the Sincere Carries of the world, they're no longer in the league anymore. And all these teams that are used to seeing at the top, they're still there, but they're doing it with new pieces. But when you look at Miami of Ohio, what they've done just with one conference loss, Akron seems to be running away with things, but they've had some really close games in some of their matchups, especially against Bowling Green on the road.
Yep.
And as you know, just because you're the #1 seed doesn't necessarily mean you're going to take it home, as we get a nice play inside from the freshman Elijah Elliott.
No, and Toledo's had a great run. 4 straight regular season titles. And they're right there. Todd Kowalczyk's done a fabulous job with the Rockets.
But no trip to the NCAA tournament. That's what I'm saying. Just because you're the 1 seed doesn't mean you're going to come out of Cleveland.
Yeah, they say there's a lot of pressure. Talked to the coaches today, both of them, #1 seed. So Toledo might not be #1 this seed, so maybe less pressure on them.
Three-pointer from the wing is off the mark. And a collision there by Brown as Medley was going to retrieve the long rebound.
Got a back a game right here in Kent. 1-point game. Stick with us. CBS Sports Network.
All right, Little Caesars crazy.
With 7 games remaining, they have been dynamite, especially with so much turnover they've had on the roster.
Doing a great job. Mid-American Commissioner John Steinbreck has done a fabulous job. UMass coming into the conference, as you know, July 1st. And they started the MAC Sun Belt Challenge, second year. And that's really added 2 games against men and women, 2 games against the Sun Belt. So Commissioner's done a great job, John Steinbrecker, with the MAC.
Looking forward to Frank Martin's UMass Minutemen joining the Mid-American Conference. As that ball's knocked out of play.
Yep.
Off the hands of Von Cameron Davis. Take a look at our MAC Sun Belt Challenge results here. First round, that was back on November the 4th. Sun Belt won that 8-4. And then on the return matchups, the MAC won that 8-4. So
right. Did a great job. And I think the women won in the MAC this past year, so it's a great challenge. 2 games for the men and women, the MAC against the Sun Belt. So it's a great idea put together by the 2 presidents. So a great job putting that together, John Steinbrecker and the president of the Sun Belt. It's Jeff Bowles done a terrific job.
Kent
Mentioned
State
before, went to the NCAA tournament 2021, beat Virginia, great win.
Flashes now with 4 turnovers in the second half after that shot clock violation. This is Shereef Mitchell wearing number 12. Didn't get the reason why he went to the blood jersey, but he must have gotten blood or something on the jersey as Von Cameron Davis commits the foul here. So normally wearing 4, Shereef Mitchell now wearing 12 for the Bobcats. So an out-of-bounds play here for Ohio. Paveletzky doing the honors here. Shot taken off the mark from Mitchell. Neither of these teams seem to be in any hurry to make a field goal from the outside.
Now, both teams cooled off. Defense got a little better. Offense cooled off.
Nice spin move inside. Is Sumlin able to put it in? And Kent State extending the lead here to 3.
It's a high motor guy. Plays really hard. Jamal Sumlin.
Paveleski dealing with the double. Passes it off here to Searles. Nice dish at the very last moment, but can't finish Elmore James. This is Sullinger. 6 minutes gone by here, second half. As Sullinger takes it to the bucket, goes for the reverse. Largest lead of the game here for Kent State. And out of play, back to the Flashes. Jalen Sullinger.
Three-point shooter, who also can put it on the deck. Nice move. Basically used the rim as a protector. Nice finish by Jalen Sullinger, 5'10" senior from Columbus, Ohio.
An 8-2 run now for Kent State.
Little zone press, 1-2-2 by Ohio U. Want to try to get some deflection, back to man-to-man.
Kent State now trying to take some time off the clock and not play at such a high pace. Sullinger lost the handle twice on that possession. Now we come on the fast break. Here's Elmore James with a head of steam and a collision after the contact. He goes right into the basket support. Looks like he's okay, heading to the free throw line here in a moment.
Kyle had a turnover. He take care of the ball for a long time really well. Turnover leads to 2 free throws for the Bobcats.
Sumlin committing a foul. That's his 3rd. As Elmore James to the free throw line, connects on the first. James, a phenomenal free throw shooter, doesn't go there a ton. 86% on the season, a career 83% free throw shooter.
Well, free throws win a lot of games. Excuse me, Alex. Yep.
Second one up. James knocks them both down.
Ohio State's in there, 1-2-2. Soft, three-quarter press. Trying to slow him down a little bit. I think Medley can drive on Paveleski.
Seven on the shot clock. This is Sumlin. Working, spinning, dishes it off on Cameron Davis. 1 on the shot clock, just has to let it go, and it's going to be an air ball. And Claron Hornbeek was kind of jawing at the rest of his teammates saying, you got to pay attention to the clock.
He's 100% right. The guards were pounding it too much. Got the ball too late.
Ball movement here from Ohio. Oh, working inside. What a move! Score the basket and the foul! What a play! Shereef Mitchell knifes his way through, draws the contact, and he's headed to the line.
Tremendous finish by Mitchell. Nice screen by Searles. Up, use the body. Nice off the glass. He might stay with the number 12, Alec, from now on, the way he's playing. Great finish in traffic.
Found his way through the defense on the dribble. Shereef Mitchell can go to that blood jersey at some point. I don't know if he got it on the lip, and that's where it came off. He's got a little bandage there on that lift. But we're tied up at 52. 15 points now for Mitchell after completing the three-point play.
So like the first half, Alex, where Kent State started really slowly, trying to get their offensive rhythm.
Kent State's having trouble taking care of the basketball. Just 3 turnovers in the first half. And they've turned it over 6 times already here in this second half. Ball goes out of play. It'll stay with the Flashes here as they're hanging on. The game tied at the moment. Ohio outscoring Kent State 12-8 here in the second half. On Cameron Davis. And we get a whistle. And it looks like we're going to get a holding on Searles there. As Hornbeak went down to the deck. It'll stay with Kent State with a fresh 20. And we're going to get a blocking foul. They were trying to get a charge there. This is Pavletsky. Trying to get an Oscar nomination there.
It's again, toughest call in the game. Block charge. That to me, Alex, in all honesty, it looked like a charge to me. It's a tough call.
So off of the inbounds, gets it back into the hands of Sumlin. Spins in the lane. A little too strong on that floater. Little tie up there. 2 players going for it, looking for that hustle play. And they say they were both on it at the same time, so we're going to get a tie up. And it'll stay on the Kent State end of the floor. So they'll get it back with a fresh 20. Yeah, hard to tell.
Hard to tell.
Three-point attempt. Off balance there on the land from Medley. Comes up empty on the shot. Pavletsky. Pass into Searles. Work in on Davis. Searles, jump hook. Sat on the rim and had a little extra English on it to fall in the hoop.
Nice job by Searles. They cleared the side, Alex, and just let him back his man in. The jump hook.
Bobcats back in front. Timeout taken by Kent State. It's a 7-0 run here for the Bobcats. They're back in front, 54-52. Entering this game at 6-5. Ohio just a game better at 7-4. We're here at the MAC Center here in Kent, Ohio. Alex Sobario, Pete Giller, our entire CBS crew.
Kent State's only shooting 30% right now in the second half. First half much better. They shot 47%.
7 on the shot clock here. Sullinger pulls up, off balance shot, got it. What a shot there from Jalen Sullinger.
He's amazing. He can score any different ways. Very talented young man. It's a big, big name, as you know, Alex, here, the state of Ohio. Sullinger.
Tied at 54.
Yep.
9 minutes gone by, second half. Pavletsky looking for the jab step and the drive, just trying to get his man off balance. Oh! Jab step, just got in a bite, then with the step back 3, got it to go. Wow. Jackson Pavletsky from downtown. They're gonna say it's a long 2.
Transfer from Iowa State, as you mentioned before, Wofford before that.
And we're gonna foul on the other end.
Yep. They're saying, Alex, shooting makes up for a multitude of sins. Sullinger, bang!
Or not, Jalen Sullinger, he's actually a transfer, even though he hasn't played anywhere else.
Well,
he transferred to Furman after last season. And then before he ever saw the floor for them, decided he'd made a mistake. There was no scholarship available back here at Kent State, but coach said you can come back as a walk-on. There might have not even been a spot on the roster because they were not planning for him, but some injuries and some other things happened that enabled them to be a shot for Sullinger to return. So believe it or not, Sullinger actually a transfer, even though he has not played for another university.
Amazing. You're peeling back the onion, Alex. I can't find the onion. You're doing research. I'm sleeping.
He was headed to Furman. In fact, he was at Furman.
Yep.
And they actually had thought about redshirting him this season as that walk-on player.
Yep.
But, again, different lineups were expected, and a spot opened up for him to be a contributor in what he is doing tonight. 16 points for Sullinger. 5 of 7 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line.
Playing great. Can score all different levels.
We've got a tight game here It was a 2-point game the last time these two teams squared off. Defense starting to pay off a little bit for both these teams. Oh! Sion Medley continues to pour it on. The sophomore from Sicklerville, New Jersey, making things happen.
Little guy with a big heart. Nice finish.
A new career high for Medley.
Yep.
Again, he had been pretty much an assist guy this season. Your traditional point guard. But starting to score it here as of late.
Playing great.
He only had 5 points in the last game against Ohio, and he was 0 for 4 from downtown.
Every game is a completely unique situation, Alex. Anything can happen.
Clayton reposts. Here comes the double. Trying to bounce pass out of it, and it's stolen away. Marquise Bennett to the rim. Too strong off the window. Davis has the offensive rebound. Now he'll work his way back. Here comes the double. Kick out. Ball movement. Sullinger outside again. Medley off the mark. The roof was about to blow off the MAC. Kick out here. Mitchell got it. What a response.
That's Ohio. Push to break. Shoot it.
Third made three for Mitchell. He has 18 to lead the Bobcats.
Transfer from Creighton. Played 4 years at Creighton off the bench.
And love his veteran presence. That's going to pay off dividends once they get to Cleveland. What a play inside. Gillespie able to get it to go, and we get a foul here. Clayton picking it up here after a miscue on the inbound. So you got the steal from Medley. Clayton called for the foul.
Yeah, you got to concentrate. Little things are important. Lost focus for a second.
Turnover number 8 for Ohio. As Medley to the stripe, a 79% free throw shooter. Connects on the first.
You mentioned before, Alex, a transfer from St. Louis.
Played his freshman year at St. Louis. Left after Travis Ford was no longer there. Knocks them both down. Medley now with 19 points. What a breakout game for Sion Medley.
Yep. How about the scoring of Kent State, averaging 70 a game coming into this contest? 91 last game, we mentioned before, against Central Michigan. Right now, they got 61.
Elliott. Back out. Mitchell. Mitchell working it. Floater. Got it. Boy, has he been smooth tonight.
Tremendous. Makes it look easy. Sullinger's another guy that's been smooth.
Mitchell has 20. Drive it, baseline, and there's a takeaway. Pavletsky in transition, looking for a cutter. Here's Elliott. Nice dump off here to Searles. Back out. Pavletsky thought about it, didn't take it. Now he's going to drive, going to whistle. And it's going to be a foul called against Kent State. It'll be Ohio ball when we return. Well, we're tied at 61. Categories here. Defense, of course, their bread and butter.
Yep. Brian Dutcher, great coach. Right now to third place, but they don't count them out. Aztecs, terrific.
We got a really good one here in Kent. And a foul is called. Game tied at 61 with 7:33 to play. Searles headed to the free throw line here for Ohio.
And we see, get the ball inside. The late, great Chuck Daly said the violent pump fake. Couple of pump fakes, get him up in the air. Didn't finish, but he got fouled. So we're inside. You feel in danger. You feel threatened. Use the pump fake, Alex. That's what Searles did.
Von Cameron Davis picking up the personal foul, his third. Searles misses from the strike. One more coming up as he tries to unbreak the tie. Talked about Ohio. They've started conference play 4-0, and then they ran into Akron on the road. And things started to turn around. Dealt with some injuries there. We haven't really talked about it much, Coach, but the loss of Aiden Hadaway, double-digit score for them with a leg injury, likely out for the year, has really hurt this team in terms of consistency on offense.
No question, really hurt. Ohio, terrific rebounder, as you know, 10 points a game. Big loss for Ohio.
And we're going to whistle underneath and see. Team that's 7-4 in league play, but they're just 5-4. Or pardon me, just 3-4 since they started 4-0. Big time disparity right now when it comes to rebounding. 26 for Kent State, just 14 for Ohio. And we knew going in, Coach, that that was going to be a story to watch as this one transpired.
No question. The late great coach Adolph Rupp from Kentucky, 4 national titles, said the team that controls the boards controls the game. But they're not controlling the game, but a big part of the game is rebounding.
Davis, who's been banged up over the last few weeks. You can see the Knies tape on that left shoulder. Something Coach was talking about. He's kind of just playing through it.
Yep.
But been banged up for a bit.
Tremendous player.
He's now in double figures with 10 after that make from the free throw line. We've had 15 lead changes in this game. And another foul called on this end of the floor. It's going to be against Kent.
The game could come down to who makes the most free throws, Alex, the last few minutes.
And it is against Davis. That's his 4th foul, Coach. And Davis is a big part of the rebounding effort. He's got 4 rebounds in this game. He's having to come out now with 7:04 to play.
Yep, good call. Advantage, disadvantage.
And free throw good there from Elijah Elliott. Elliott just a 65% free throw shooter. Making his 7th straight start in his 23rd game played this season. Had 11 against Western Michigan last time out.
How long do you keep Davis on the bench? I keep him 2 or 3 minutes, depending on the score. You don't want to be the richest guy in the graveyard, leave him there too long. Bob Senderhoff's a great game coach. I'd leave him 2 or 3 minutes and get him back in. He's your leading scorer.
10 on the shot clock. Sumlin back to Sullinger. 5 on the shot clock. He'll take it from there. Sullinger up and under. Floater. Too strong. Trying to second effort there. Great effort there from Barnett. But comes up empty.
Sullinger shot that with his right hand. He's lefty.
It's a violation. Kent State, what a difference second half. In terms of turning the ball over, only 3 turnovers that entire first half, 9 so far in this second half.
Great point. Credit the defense by Ohio. Better defensively this half.
Very much a high-scoring game, though, which should favor Ohio. Searles working inside on Hornbeek. Kick out. Mitchell, high off the glass, no. Ball loose in the paint, and Gillespie comes down with it. They need to get Medley going again.
No question. He's not their primary scorer usually, Alex, as you know.
And we're going to get a reach in here on Searles. That's 2 on Searles. free throw, good. We are tied at 64. Pavletsky had trouble getting him going here in the second half. Searles, nearly threw it away, and then it goes into the backcourt. Medley inside. Can't finish, but draws the foul. Miscommunication there between Pavletsky and Elliott.
Joe's got it.
Beg your pardon, Searles and that last foul on E.J. Brown.
Medley gets fouled. That's the passer's fault, not the cutter. So should have held it a little longer.
Brown now with 4 fouls for Ohio.
Yep, can't lose him.
Medley now hits the 20-point mark. He's a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line tonight. He's a 79% free throw shooter. He's only attempted 38 on the season before this game.
Well, you know the league better than me, Alex, but he's not as aggressive offensively usually. Tonight he's really been in attack mode.
This is a Kent State team still playing without Anthony Morales, the transfer from Boston University. Dealing with some injuries throughout the year. He's been giving them some spark on offense as well. Another foul on Kent State. And we got Elliott shooting the 1+1. Off the mark. Flashes with a 2-point lead in the basketball. 5:13 to go. Only game of the MAC tonight.
Very exciting down the stretch in the MAC. Toledo's terrific. Ohio's in first place. How about Miami, Alex, right? What a great year they're having.
Miami just 1 game off of Akron. Akron leading the way, undefeated in conference play. Medley from way outside. Too strong that time. We're going to whistle. And it's going to be a foul against Kent State. It's going to send it Ohio to the free throw line. Let's take a look at those MAC standings while we're having it in the conversation. Toledo at 8-3, right in the mix there as well. It's all coming down to seeding, but what you really got to watch out for, folks, Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan, all at 4 and 7. You know, things got to fall into place here between 4 all the way down to 9, 10, 11, 12 to see who's going to make that 7th and 8th spot in the league.
Yep, a lot of balance, a lot of basketball yet to be played.
Because Kent State, they were the 8th seed last year, made it all the way to the title game, and if it wasn't for Q at the very end, they would have won the thing.
Yep. No, it's very balanced league. Ohio looks like a step above everybody else, but very dangerous. Rob Senderhoff, terrific coach, brought his team to the big dance a few years ago.
Julius Rollins fouled Greg Tribble with 4.8 to go. Thought his team was trailing, ended up committing a foul and sending Akron to the free throw line for free throws by Greg Tribble. That put them in front and ended up getting Akron the victory and sending them to the NCAA tournament for the 2nd time in 3 seasons. Kent State, the 8th seed last year, getting to the title game. Sullinger launches from the corner, comes up empty on that 3. Kent State up by 1. Ohio can take the lead in this possession. This is Mitchell. Pavletsky trying to feed Searles. And miscommunication there on the positioning as it goes out of play, and Ohio turns it over. And it's going back to the Flashes.
Bad angle that time in the pass. Pavletsky gets the ball here on the wing. Fortunately, it was a bad pass. He's there, throws it. Nope, not a good angle. Should have dribbled to the baseline. Zone here now by High. I like it. A little change of pace.
Cameron Davis back in. You were saying, when is he coming back? He's back, Coach.
I like it. Good move. Coach said, oh, no, this is my leading scorer. I like the idea. Great job by Coach Bowles playing that zone, that possession.
Cameron Davis played with 4 fouls. Paveleski with the ball up high. No field goals for Ohio in the last 4.5 minutes. Paveleski just trying to get free, make some plays happen. Little runner. Can't get it to go. Sullinger. Got about 3.5 to go.
Back to man now for Ohio U. Change of pace.
Sumlin. 12 on the shot clock. Medley. Fall away. Air ball. Offensive rebound and lost out of play. Last touch Kent. It'll be Ohio basketball when we return as they look to pick the lead back up. Kent State hanging on to a 1-point lead here at home. Central Michigan, Akron coming up. Last Ohio field goal came at the 8:18 mark. They've missed the last 3 shots. They've turned it over twice since that spot on the clock. Searles gets a nice pass inside with the kick out. James. 12 on the shot clock. Kick out. Searles thought about it. Working it. Here's Mitchell. Fights his way through. And boy, he has made some tremendous effort to try to make plays near the basket. He had that 1-and-1 situation and drawing contact here.
Terrific patience, I thought, that time by Ohio. Patience, took the shots, and great cut.
Sullinger picking up the personal foul. He's got 2. Again with Mitchell wearing number 12 now. Normally wears 4, but I believe he got blood on his regular jersey. Second free throw up and good, so knocks them both down. 22 points now to lead all scorers.
Ohio back to the 1-2-2, 3-quarter court zone press, trying to slow down Kent State.
13 ties, 20 lead changes in this game.
And last game, as you know, they played. Ohio won by 2 points, 61-59. So 2 balanced teams.
Well, Cameron Davis, launch it, long 2. That one's short. Ohio can extend the lead here. And normally like to push it. They will slow things down here as Paveleski gets the play for the bench. Jeff Bowles calls it out. Davis is 0 for his last 7 from the field. Kick out in the corner. Shot taken. Got it. Big time shot. Elmore James from downtown. Makes it a 4-point lead for the Bobcats.
Biggest shot of the night for Ohio. And Elmore James, that's not his strength. Big time shot.
And the Ohio fans, they travel well. They've made it in the building and chanting defense right now. And inside, nice play by Jamal Sumlin and a timeout taken by Rob Cinderhoff. We'll step aside for 30 as Kent State cuts the deficit and kind of thinks about that game. So that's a game we probably should have had on the road.
Yeah. Terrific game. There's another great game tonight at Kent State.
Ohio up by 2 with the basketball. 90 seconds to play. Off balance shot off the mark. Searles with the kick out. Paveleski in the corner. Long 2. No. And the rebound grab by Sullinger. Chance to tie or take the lead here for the Flashes.
Some good looks that time for Ohio.
Kent State looking for their 7th conference win, trying to end a 3-game losing streak to Ohio. Medley finds some room inside, gets it to go. Count the basket of the foul. Sion Medley having the game of his life here at home.
Terrific move. He went by Paveleski like the north wind. Too quick, too athletic. Possible 3-point play. Great drive by Sion Medley. It's his night, Alex, playing great.
23 points for the transfer from St. Louis. Came into the game 4th in the conference in assists per game, but it's all about his scoring this evening, now with 24 points. Last game, just 2 of 11 against Ohio. What a difference a day makes. Double team, wrapped up, jump ball. Defense Possession arrow, though, keeps it on the Ohio end of the floor. Kent State with a 1-point lead. And a timeout taken by Jeff Bowles.
Up in a couple of weeks, these teams are a threat to go to the NCAA tournament.
Just a 1-point game, 71-70. Kent State in front, thanks to the play of Sion Medley getting a 3-point play the old-fashioned way in the corner. A miss from 3. Gillespie picks up the rebound, and then a foul committed with 48 4/10 seconds to play. And Kent State going to the free throw line here. And it's going to be Gillespie to shoot him. Gillespie in this game is 4 of 5 from the free throw line. He has 11 rebounds on the game. If he can knock both of these down, he will have a double-double. It's the first. He's got 9 now to go along with his 11 rebounds. Misses.
Thank you.
All right, what do you want to see here, Coach? You're down 2.
A ball screen for Paveleski. Get him the ball. He's your most dangerous guy. Mitchell's also talented and a good shot.
Paveleski feels the double. Defense chance getting loud. Kick it out. 8 on the shot clock here.
Oh!
And there's a takeaway after a collision. In transition, heartbeat to the rim. Jams it home. Gets them on their feet here at the MAC. Timeout. Ohio. And I believe a technical foul has been issued on Jeff Bowles. He's livid at the fact that there was no foul called after the collision by Paveleski, which led to the steal. On the official.
Yeah, I couldn't tell, Alex.
And you said, oh, he came onto the court.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, we've got 19.4 to go. Ohio is down by 4. They have the basketball here. They got to score quickly and got a foul. They're just about out of time, and they're taking their time. Here's a shot from downtown. Off the mark. Searles with the offensive rebound. There's the putback. It's a 2-point game, and Ohio takes another timeout with 9.4 to play. That's what you want, Coach.
Exactly. Great rebound by Searles. A great game here. Kent State, 2 terrific teams. Last game, 2 points.
Lead changes and ties aplenty.
Yep. Full court pressure. As soon as you get trampled, you got to give a foul.
And a foul committed immediately by Shereef Mitchell on Jalen Sullinger. Unfortunately for Ohio, a very good free throw shooter is Jalen Sullinger. And Sullinger is perfect tonight from the foul line, 4 for 4, 82% for the season.
Great coaching by Coach Rob Senderhoff. Get his best free throw shooter the ball.
Well, this is a Kent State team that is the best in the MAC at free throw shooting. 75% as a team.
They're up 3. If he makes it, regular D, switch on all screens. If you're Kent State, if he misses it, all right, I would give a foul if I'm Kent State when he gets the ball to half court. Okay, no foul now. You're up 4. No foul. Just play good D. Don't reach.
They take Von Cameron Davis out of the game here, as he has 4 fouls. And they got to go the length of the floor and get a couple of buckets here. They probably should take a 3, try to draw a foul. There's a shot taken from 3. Mitchell hits from downtown with 2.1, and then on the sideline, out of bounds. It's going back to Ohio.
Push it ahead. Mitchell with a big-time shot. Trying to get it in. Looked like there was some contacts there, Alex.
My goodness. No foul. And Ohio's going to have a chance to win it with 2.1 to play, trailing by 1. They don't have a timeout left.
Yep.
And Coach Senderhoff does not want to give them one to drop any type of defense. So James going to get it in. Shot taken at the horn. They had a good look at it. Shereef Mitchell with a